Before technology had advanced as far as it has today, kids used to spend most of their time outside playing. Now, parents will give them a tablet or a game system and tell them to occupy their time rather than spending time with them. Now, this is bad for me because they're not going to have many organizations and they're not going to have many places for my kids to play whenever they come about. And that's bad for all of us because these kids are getting obese and they're not being afforded the opportunity to play outside like they should, like kids should play. Now, this is apparent because studies have been taken in the UK that say kids spend 4 hours a week outside playing. And they say kids between the ages of 10 and 16 only spend 12 and a half minutes a day doing vigorous activity like playing sports or running. Now, kids not being outside playing, they lose the vitamin D, they lose creative innovation, and they start to become obese. And Mr. Weedy from childinthecity.org says that these causes are because of technology, because of few places to play due to apartments and complexes in the city, and because of parent interactions. Without parents being out doing stuff with their kids aren't going to want to be outside later in their lives. And this is a worldwide issue with studies being shown to be taking place in the UK, the United States, and Australia, along with other places in the world. A good way to combat that is because of Kaboom, a nonprofit organization that goes to cities and builds parks. They will take places in the city that land that isn't used, old concrete, that roads that aren't being built anymore, and they'll turn them into something that kids can play with. For example, in New Orleans, Louisiana, in the lower Ninth Ward, they built a place called The Hangout. And Kaboom likes to make their parks innovative so that it keeps kids' attentions. And for example, Hangout in New Orleans has many musical things that they do with their park. And it will keep kids' attention for hours and hours to come. Now, what Kaboom has done since their little over 10 years of operation is they've built 3,100 parks and improved 17,000 parks. And the most impressive thing is that they built these parks in one day. They also helped to restore areas that were affected by natural disasters. For example, they went and helped restore some parks after the Houston flood in 2019. Mr. Hebert, one of the founders of Kaboom, has said that he hopes to improve the 1-to-5 kid ratio that spend at least an hour a day outside. To get kids active, adults have to participate. And there's many ways that adults can participate, but if kids aren't exposed to being outside at a young age, they're not going to want to at an older age, and they're not going to want to get their kids outside either. So what we can do with Kaboom is we can donate, we can sponsor, we can fundraise, and we can volunteer our time. Now, one of the biggest ways to get Kaboom into your city is to talk to your city council. Get them to reach out to Kaboom for either funds or grants, or for them to actually come volunteer and build the park. That's not going to happen unless the city reaches out and has somewhere for them to do it. Now, you may say, well, Kaboom's not in my city, or we have a playground in my city, and you can reach out. You can reach out for other places to get them the playground they need so that those kids can have what they need. You may say, I don't have time to donate or to go to city council. Well, make time, because our kids only have one future, and we are going to demolish it for them if we do not start paying attention. And you may say, I don't have kids. Well, children are our future, and they deserve to have a good one because they cannot stand up and fight for it themselves. Miss Huguet from the Washington Post has said, we need to make an impact today to improve tomorrow. And I think that holds very true with kids playing outside. So in summary, kids deserve to be outside, and they deserve our help to get there. And we are responsible for them because kids, they can't maintain that. And if we give them the opportunity of staying in the air condition or going outside playing, they're going to choose to stay inside, especially if we are sitting inside also. And finally, we need to teach a generation the importance of what playing outside is and what it can do for your body and your mind. So I say to you all, we have two choices. We can improve the future, or we can give up on it.